with even more. Unbelievably, 2024 is coming to an end, and Mr. Andrew Lessman joins us for this, the final hour of the year. Andrew, I can't believe we've arrived here already.
It's amazing to me that this year has flown by the way it has, and that Christmas is only a matter of days away, and 2025. Again, I look at years like that, they sound like science fiction when you say 2025 is a year. Crazy.
Well, let me tell you, you know, as we look forward, time does fly, and it's easy to get lost, right? And to not focus in on really making the best of every day. Even little things. Andrew, your teas don't get a lot of airtime, but they are beloved by those of us that love tea. And obviously, I'm a big fan of tea. Andrew, aroma and flavor. I was thrilled to see we have this tonight.
Well, our teas are kind of designed the way our chocolate is. The American palate is different. And when it comes to tea, Americans don't really love the flavor of green tea. It tends to be kind of bitter. Some people might say it smells like dirty socks. And so what we've done here is we take our green tea that never gets bitter, but then we go one step further. We also blend it with our peppermint tea that never gets bitter. So this way you get all the benefits of green tea, which are probably at the very top of the list. If you look at the healthiest foods we could possibly consume, typically it's green tea, it's dark chocolate. These are foods that are referred to as superfoods, and the science has validated their benefits. But unfortunately, green tea is just not a favorite among Americans, and basically because it doesn't taste particularly good to Americans. But mine, for a green tea, it's almost perfectly reviewed. So it's a green tea that you'll fall in love with because it has all the delicious flavor of mint tea, but all the health benefits of green tea.
I mean, I enjoy Andrew's tea every day, and I personally find the flavor so gentle, so soft, and honestly so soothing. Like, I can wake up on a morning and have a cup of this, or on an evening when I get home from work, I have a cup of this, and it immediately just helps you wind down. I want to show you the pricing that we have, because you can choose a 30, a 60, or a 90 sachets. That's where the pricing normally is. If you're ordering today, you can get 90 sachets for $39.90, obviously saving $25 on that. I think it's nice to, Andrew, there's always a lot of curiosity, and we invite people, obviously, to try it. And if they don't like it, they can always call us and return it.
Yeah, and everyone has until the end of January, so it's not a 30-day money-back guarantee. And with the first cup, you'll see this is different. I'll use a single sachet in a liter of water, a little more than a quart of water. A quart of water is more than 8 cups of tea. A typical cup of tea is basically 4, 5, 6 ounces. So it's smaller than a typical cup that is 8 ounces. So, but when you think of that, the value today, and this is a winter special. This is something that's been on special price just for the winter. That's when it's a favorite item. And I'd love for Americans to embrace the benefits of green tea. It's rich in what is arguably the most protective compound found in foods, which is a polyphenol called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate. I've been talking about EGCG for decades. I think as great as the research might be on resveratrol, the research on the polyphenols in green tea is even more convincing, more compelling. And if you just look at the epidemiologic studies, which are basically looking at people's behaviors and seeing how it affects their health outcomes, you want to be a member of the group that drinks green tea. Yeah. It's just, as I often say, you want to be a member of the group with healthy vitamin D levels. There's certain things in the scientific research that's just so compelling that you want to take advantage of it. And green tea is one of those things. And our peppermint green tea gives you the benefits you seek, but makes them delicious even for an American palate.
Next up, Andrew, you've obviously have it in your blood to really break down barriers and innovate, as you've done. You'll do it with Choco Nouveau in this hour, but you also did it several years ago with Ultimate Oat Bran and also Ultimate Oatmeal, a first of its kind item that is not only delicious, but also has a lot of added health benefits.
Well, the main reason that so many of us consume oatmeal and oat bran is not just because it's a healthy, high fiber, also rich in protein, low in sugar, food to have first thing in the day or to use in other recipes, but because of its cholesterol lowering benefits. And that's because of something present, type of fiber present in oats called beta-glucan. Oats, as long as the main reason for consuming oats for so many of us are the heart health benefits, then I thought I would make the oats taste better, and by adding our own plant sterols, and also dramatically increase the oats' ability to lower cholesterol. So if the heart health benefits of oats are what has you consuming oats in the first place, then our oats will lower cholesterol not a little bit more, but dramatically more than conventional oats. And not only do the reviews say that, but the reviews also say our oats taste better, kind of like our chocolate, that when we make something healthier, I also make it taste better, because I don't want you to have to decide, okay, I'll tolerate this because it's healthier. No, you get to enjoy it more. You get to enjoy the health benefits, and you also enjoy the flavor benefits more. And that's the case with both our oat bran and our oatmeal. I love them both, but I prefer the oat bran because it's even richer in fiber than the oatmeal.
And in a few seconds, we'll flip our graphics to reflect the Ultimate Oat Bran. If you enjoy oatmeal right now, for example, I encourage you to try Andrew's.
Don't miss a thing with our HSN app. Watch HSN live anytime, anyplace. Opt in to push notifications for early access to exclusive app-only deals. And the shop and search features make finding your favorites easier than ever.
Get the best deals on the things you love with the HSN card. As an HSN card VIP, you'll get all kinds of perks, like VIP financing on so many items, plus extra flex on every item under $369 all day, every day, and at least 8 VIP savings events a year. Includes fraud protection, and there's no annual fee. Apply now and instantly get $15 off when you're approved. Call 1-800-695-1418 or visit hsn.com/HSN card.
HSN 2.
I want easy. I'm doing this.
Don't you just love it?
Welcome. How are you? When a woman knows what she wants.
Howard, this is going to be so exciting.
Experience an all-new HSN 2, 24/7 on air, on HSN Plus, the HSN app, or online. HSN 2, shopping done different.
This tastes amazing, this tastes delicious. I think Andrew's point is absolutely perfect. There's no compromise, there's no sacrifice on flavor to get those added health benefits. Just a quick look at pricing over here. Here's the Ultimate Oatmeal. There's 30, 60, 90, or the 180 servings. You can see very special pricing. And then for the oat bran that's available as well, virtually the same, just a little different, but again, great value for money on something, Andrew, that, you know, we talk about reviews so casually, but they are significant on a food product. It's easy to be critical of food products.
Well, just looking at our green tea alone that we just talked about, that's 4.8 stars.
Right.
If we look at our oats as well, I think it's 4.8 stars.
Yes.
So most folks offering foods, they're lucky to average between 3 of real reviews. Our reviews are all real, and these products basically are, I think 5-star reviews are 80 to 90%. Positive reviews are close to 100%. So again, oats are a seriously healthy food choice. We just make them even more delicious and make them even more healthy. So as long as we're going in that direction, why not make it even more effective as far as accomplishing our goals?
And maybe that's it for the new year. We say new year, new you. The only way to get to that new you is to adopt some new choices, some new decisions, go on some new adventures, and that's what we can do. Maybe with Andrew's teas, and certainly with the Ultimate Oatmeal and Oat Bran. Thank you for your orders here. Andrew, any final words? Obviously, you say you prefer the Oat Bran. I'm a big fan of the oatmeal, but then again, it's really a toss-up.
No, I love them both in terms of flavor. Just for me, I love the additional richness of fiber present in the oat bran. The oatmeal is certainly creamier. The oat bran is richer in fiber. But what's great about them and great about the tea is that you get benefits that you never dream of getting from a typical product.
Followed through today, Andrew's CoQ10 is the finest in the world. And when you start by saying that every cell needs it, and there's so many health benefits that I know many of us are certainly aware of, we'll dive into them. I want to tell you the pricing. The pricing is extraordinary, as I predicted it would be. $360 is down from $199 to $149. That saves you $50. There's a 30, 60, 180, all that 360. Big savings today, and a million reasons to order it. Andrew, it has only gained momentum since you started talking about it, and heavens above, you're the one that really were the starting voice in this arena.
Well, if you speak to the folks in Japan who were responsible for creating the original natural CoQ10 that I brought to America in 1984, wow, they would all say at the time that I was responsible for putting CoQ10 on the map. Certainly, CoQ10 itself is so critical to every cell in our body and the production of energy that if it wasn't me, it would have been someone else. But to my knowledge, there was no one else selling CoQ10 in the United States, importing CoQ10 in the United States in 1984 when I started, when there was no interest, and the only interest was interest that resulted from the information that I was discussing, that the role of this ingredient. And we hear people talking about things like nicotinamide riboside and nicotinamide mononucleotide, NR and NMN, NAD, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. And all of these ingredients take a distant back seat to the research and science on CoQ10. Most folks in the supplement industry, they're always so excited about the latest and greatest and newest thing. And the latest, greatest, and newest thing still has to take a back seat to things like CoQ10, things like vitamin D. So for me, I'll still say that a multivitamin with vitamin D, as affordable as it is the best foundational investment you can make in your health. We even put, because CoQ10 is so important, I view it as another B vitamin. So if there's 10 milligrams of various B vitamins in Essential 1, guess what? There's also 10 milligrams of CoQ10, right, because I view CoQ10 as being just as essential and critical as a B vitamin. And if you look at its role, even more important. Our body can make trace amounts of it, but as we age, those amounts become less and less significant. So we talked about Essential 1, we talked about omega-3, we talked about CoQ10. All of these are ingredients that deserve long discussions. All three of these products would be the perfect foundation to transforming your new year.
There it is.
They're all affordable. They're all unique. So whether it's Essential 1 as your basic multivitamin, multimineral, omega-3 to give you the essential fatty acids that your body can't make, and CoQ10, giving you what amounts to the most important B vitamin, and the B vitamin that your body can make trace amounts of it. That's why it's technically not a B vitamin. But as we age, given our lifestyle, it takes on a role that's probably even more important than other B vitamins. So what a great way. Select one or all three. Yep. It's a fantastic way to transform a new year. And if you don't like the way your new year's starting, you have until January 31st to send any one of them back.
Let me read one quick review. And again, thank you for all the orders coming through. We are very busy. hsn.com is your fastest way to order. Everybody trying to take advantage of this end of year special on one of the key opportunities from Andrew. Best CoQ10 on the market. I have known of the benefits of CoQ10 since the early 90s. In fact, I have been taking this supplement since my 30s. But Andrew Lessman's coenzyme Q10 is the best and the purest. It is worth every single penny. The energy energy I get from this product supersedes the previous ones I was taking. I take it every single day. I definitely recommend this product. Invest in your health and well-being. Boy, we should emphasize that. Invest in your health and well-being. Thank you, Andrew, for making products of the highest quality and fine ingredients. Listen, I could share with you that the reason I take CoQ10 every day is for that common sense energy. It's so easy to reach for extra cups of coffee or sugary drinks or energy drinks, which is of this generation so popular, as you know, energy, big energy. The reality is CoQ10 to me is a really strong friend. And Andrew, as that reviewer so eloquently said, invest in your health. This is a great decision.
And when we think about CoQ10, the simple act of aging reduces the availability of CoQ10.
Right.
And no wonder why one of the most common side effects of aging has always been viewed as fatigue. One of the most common presenting symptoms when someone goes to a doctor is fatigue.
Right.
So it's part of the human condition. If we take certain medications, statin drugs to lower cholesterol, which are these HMG-CoA reductase inhibitors, those medications, that enzyme that they inhibit, which inhibits the synthesis of CoQ10, that's great. It lowers CoQ. It levers, that inhibits the synthesis of cholesterol, rather. But guess what? When you inhibit the synthesis of cholesterol, it's the same assembly line in our body. If we look at our body as a little manufacturing facility, the same assembly line in our body that has to make cholesterol has to make CoQ10. So when you are successfully reducing the synthesis of cholesterol, you're successfully reducing the synthesis of CoQ10. And so, and that's the last thing that anyone wants if they want to preserve their energy level, if they want to preserve their heart health. Also, antidepressants, antihypertensive medications for high blood pressure also, unfortunately, reduce CoQ10 levels. So it's something that if we care about our energy, if we care about our quality of life, we really need to pay attention to CoQ10. And as I've often said, if you want the best, you can get mine. But you don't have to get mine. There are a number of companies that offer CoQ10. You just want to make sure you get the least additives possible and it's in the best form possible.
And that is the mission statement right there. That is the promise that Andrew has made for decades and why so many of us are really big advocates for everything that Andrew does. We're looking for CoQ10. I understand the benefits of CoQ10. I'm looking for more energy. I understand every cell needs it. This is the best CoQ10. It's always nice in life if you can buy the best of anything in any category. Well, I can tell you this, in the world of vitamins and supplements, we can buy the best and we don't have to pay more for it. It's just understanding the differences. There's a lot of folks still ordering Essential One, the multivitamin from earlier, and quite frankly, hundreds and hundreds of people ordering CoQ10. Andrew, final words on this before we move on.
As we've said, we could have said this about Essential One. When we look at CoQ10, if you're going to swallow one capsule a day,
yes,
this could be a very good choice because you're getting a full B complex, you're getting a full separate vitamin C. I don't even emphasize that we make it comprehensive because we want it to be more than just CoQ10. Yes, CoQ10 is critical for all energy production, but like any critical important molecule in our body, it relies on other molecules to do its job. So we make sure you have all the all the ancillary tools that CoQ10 requires to deliver on that promise. And as much as we've lowered the price in our CoQ10 over the years, we haven't compromised its quality, and we've only increased its potency. So it's a great value this time of year, especially starting the new year. It's a real opportunity to start it on the right foot.
We need to talk about fiber because fiber is something that we all know. It's linked to everything. And if we're not getting enough fiber, Andrew, our day is not as good as it perhaps could be.
Yeah, and while we just got done speaking about Cholesterol, adding Fiber Mucil to your Cholesterol, adding a couple of capsules of Fiber Mucil with each capsule of Cholesterol will only increase the cholesterol reduction that you see. So Fiber Mucil has its own independent ability to lower total and LDL cholesterol, the very unique fiber that's present in Fiber Mucil. Plus, the wonderful thing about Fiber Mucil, or a couple of wonderful things, we all know how important our microbiome is. We deliver some probiotic organisms with fiber mucil. And why do we do that? Because we know that the food that these microorganisms love to eat is fiber like that which is found in fiber mucil. So one of the most important roles, it's feeding, it's nourishing, it's kind of fertilizer for your microbiome, the probiotic organisms that we rely on for our good health and our healthy digestion. And of course, regularity. Without regularity, and all of us have probably experienced this at one time or another, or maybe more frequently than that. But without regularity, our days are difficult, uncomfortable. It can create all sorts of physical issues and ailments and problems. So regularity is critical. And again, we go back to phytoceramides. Regularity, one of the most important things we can do for regularity is adequate hydration. But again, one of the other important things we could do for regularity is adequate fiber intake. And if you look at one of the most significant shortcomings of the American diet, it's just our consumption of processed and ultra-processed foods and just a scarcity, a dearth, whatever word you want to use, of fiber.
I'll read one review because it says everything that needs to be said, to be honest. I had over 1,100 five-star reviews to pick from. Five-star product. I don't write a lot of reviews, but I felt like this one was absolutely necessary. After having tried almost every fiber supplement on the market, I decided to try this one, and I am so glad that I did. Fiber Mucil has helped me, and I never want to be without it. Thank you so much. I should have known. All of Andrew Lessman's vitamins are top of the line, and they are. This is easy on the stomach. There's no gas, there's no bloating, there's no stomach upset. It's something that we have to have.
And so many of the fiber products that you see, especially the fiber beverages, they're not real fiber.
Right.
They're maltodextrin, they're processed fiber. If the fiber goes into water and it's crystal clear, it's not real fiber.
Right.
You're not going to get the benefits that a fiber like this delivers. Ours is an ultrafine powder, makes it very difficult to encapsulate. It's going to be gentle. You're not going to have any issues in taking it. This is another product that fiber typically gets horrible reviews. This is virtually perfectly reviewed. So it's an opportunity to experience a product that most people hate and fall in love with it, and fall in love, even more importantly, with the benefits it delivers.
Thank you so much for shopping with us on our natural fiber mucil, easy and effective. If you're struggling with regularity, if you've been trying to get more fiber into your diet and it's not just happening, this is an easier way to do it in a natural but effective way. Thank you for shopping on this one. Pricing, phenomenal. Again, all these prices are expiring. So big opportunities to get some of Andrew's best sellers. Another one which has an extraordinary reputation, it's Andrew's Maximum Omega-3, but it is not the omega product you've tried before. It's not the one that has the fishy aftertaste. It's not the one that's big and awkward to swallow. It's the one that breaks the rules in every sense and gives you the most and maximum benefits. Andrew, it is another one that people are very, very not only vigorous in defending and really spreading the word, but it's something that most folks never want to be without.
Well, it's one of those products that, if you try it, informs you that what we do is truly different than from what everyone else has done. And it's a product that when I first introduced this almost half a century ago, it was with the message, and especially back then, it was a very different message, that we shouldn't fear fat. We should be selective about the fat we put in our body, but contrary to what we had been told for a long time, fat wasn't inherently bad. In fact, DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, the omega-3 that is the principal ingredient in our product, but not the principal ingredient in typical products, unfortunately, but the principal ingredient in our product is the principal ingredient in your brain. That your brain is a fatty structure, and the phospholipids are principally made up of 2/3 of the structure of the brain is fat, and it's principally DHA. So we can't fear fat knowing that our brain is principally made of it, knowing that our retina is principally made of it. Know that it's a critical constituent in healthy skin, in all our cell membranes. So we can't fear fat, but we need to be respectful and selective of fat. And one of the best things we could do is find an omega-3 product that's properly formulated, respecting the critical organs that rely on it, the brain, the eye, the heart. And that's how our product is made. And again, I never have time to go into this on air, but there are so many issues involving the environmental responsibility with which we go about creating this product, or not just the balance between EPA and DHA, but also the fact that most omega-3 products contain synthetic ethyl esters. They don't even contain natural forms of omega-3s, and then they're balanced in a way that represents an industrially selected balance, meaning that that's what industry produces, but it doesn't match what Mother Nature produces. Ours matches Mother Nature by giving you more DHA than EPA. The typical products give you more EPA than DHA, right. And DHA is the most important for your brain, for your eyes, for your heart. So the choice is simple, and it should be a product balanced like mine, but I wish I could suggest others. No one else makes an omega-3 product as we do.
It's the best you can buy, like everything we've talked about tonight. Pricing for the holiday special that we're doing right now, there's a 30, there's a 60, 180, or a 360 capsules. Obviously, your savings increase as you go for the higher capsule amount. The highest is $159.90 down to under $100. I'll read one review. I know we're racing through as many incredible offers that we can tonight, but this says it simply, best omega ever. I cannot count how many different brands of omega that I have used and tried over the years. All have given me fish burps. Not this one. I always stock up a year's supply each year when it goes on sale. So worth it. The price on sale is very reasonable. And Andrew, to your point in our final 60 seconds here, you know, comparing to the others that are out there, you talk about the less important form, but also the fact that this is more potent and it's smaller. It's easier to take.
It's, again, if one doesn't rely on a contract manufacturer to use the same industrial commodity ingredients, all of a sudden you could have a product that delivers more benefit in a smaller capsule that will not upset your stomach, that will have no fishy aftertaste, that all of a sudden a world of opportunity presents itself. But it's difficult to do. That's why most companies choose not to make their own products, simply to rely on third parties. And we don't rely on a third party. We make sure that the hard work of creating an extraordinary and exceptional product is something we do in-house. Otherwise, our products would look like all the others.
Yes.
And the reason why our products, all the products we've talked about thus far in this show, I think not one of them has average reviews of less than 4.6 or 4.7 stars. So, and we're talking about products in general, multivitamins, omega-3, green tea, oatmeal, not highly reviewed products. But among my products, they're almost perfectly reviewed because, again, if we bother to make anything, it means it's going to be different. And as I've always said, if I can't make it special, if I can't make it different, I don't need to make it. I'll leave it to someone else. And again, the way I look at our products, if I know we make the very best product of its kind, then all we need to do is educate and inform. And then the product does the rest once you get the product home. And what I've always loved about being on QVC and HSN, it gave me a chance to educate and inform, but even more, it always, as we've always done, we have on all our products a 60-day money-back guarantee. When you get anything today, you have a money-back guarantee till the end of January. So you either love the product or you send it back. You can't do that where most vitamins are purchased, you know, at supermarkets or pharmacies. You can't return them if you don't like them a few weeks later. Here you can a couple of months later.
Well, reputation matters, you know, and Andrew's voice has been a trusted voice, and you don't get that trust overnight. That is a trust that's accumulated and built up and earned over, 4 decades. So that is the result of where we are today. Thank you for all of your orders on Essential Omega.
This is Andrew's Ultimate Eye Support. If any of you are fans of Mr. Jay King, I've mentioned this to Andrew just recently. Jay always talks about this particular product. Jay has been taking Ultimate Eye Support for many years now, and he swears by it. Andrew, as you say, it is never too late to start taking it. It can have make a really big difference in our daily life.
The interesting thing is, it's not that it's never too late. It's just the opposite. The longer you wait, the more dramatic and significant the benefits will appear. You don't want to wait because the sooner we start, the younger we are, the more we get to hold on to our youthful properties, especially when it comes to our eyes. Our eyes, the lutein and zeaxanthin that have always made my eye products at one time completely unique, and again, now others have copied us and made lutein and zeaxanthin a standard ingredients in most eye products. But that lutein and zeaxanthin, they don't work on your eyes. Lutein and zeaxanthin are essential for your eyes to work. Even better, if you've been taking my product and the lutein and zeaxanthin we provide all in their perfect natural forms, you've also been benefiting your brain. It's now been repeated constantly in the research and the clinical studies that individuals with higher levels of lutein and zeaxanthin retain their cognitive abilities, their memory as they age, better as they age. So again, I want to be a member of the population who has better vision, retains their vision better as they age, retains their thinking and memory better as they age. Those people make sure that they have lutein and zeaxanthin in their diet or in their supplement. And unfortunately, it's very difficult to get from our diet unless we're consuming extraordinary amounts of green vegetables.
It's something that's vital and crucial, and obviously it goes without saying the amount of pressure we put our eyes under, whether it's on our phones all day long or on the computer screen all day long or watching TV all day long. We need to get, as well as the age-related changes, we need to give them a helping hand. Here's 3 reviews so you can see what folks are saying about Ultimate Eye Support. Again, a very much loved favorite. These help. I buy these for my husband. His vision had become quite poor in one eye. He has seen a lot of improvement and passed his driver's vision test with no glasses. Thanks, Andrew and HSN, for this great product. Wow, this is a long one. My aging eyes were suffering from dryness at night. I had tried several over-the-counter eye drops my eye doctor recommended, but never felt they helped that much. After doing some research and reading the reviews on this, I decided to give it a try. I was amazed after taking this product for just a few days that I no longer needed the drops in my eyes. My eyes feel moisturized. This is a reorder. I tried Ultimate Eye Support for 60 days now and will not be without my eyes. Thank you. And then one more, what a difference. Your Ultimate Eye Support product, Andrew, has helped my dry eye symptoms tremendously. It has made a significant difference. I was using an eye drop solution every day and every night that wasn't helping at all. It was very frustrating. I had second thoughts in taking the product. I just couldn't accept what you were claiming that it would make a difference. Well, from my mouth to your ears, it does make a difference. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Andrew, for a product that actually works. Andrew, to that end, we are under no obligation to keep this. We can get it home, we can try it, and we can experience it for ourselves.
And I'm really happy you selected those reviews, because I always forget to mention that with dry eyes, and it's something that pretty much all of us, as we age, our eyes tend to be more dry than we were younger, that I tend to focus on the benefits to the quality of our vision and retaining the quality of our vision as we age. And I often overlook that entire idea of dry eyes, because that affects the quality of our vision, it affects our comfort. So it's just, the ingredients in this product are designed to help us retain those qualities that we'd like to retain from healthy, youthful vision. Aging is a challenging process. As my mom loves to remind me, it's not for the faint of heart. And so as long as we know we're aging, then we might as well do the things that have been established in the science. And we're not talking about drugs or medicines here, but established by the science, these natural tools. Again, Mother Nature gives us gifts. And science has validated them, and what we do is deliver those gifts to you in the most natural, effective fashion possible.
Sometimes I stop, Andrew, as you're talking, and I kind of have to remind myself to never take this for granted. I might have been on a million shows with you, and to me this is second nature, and I know the quality and I know the passion and the pursuit of perfection that you put into all of these things, but I'm very cognizant of somebody watching for the very first time, and I say this boldly and sincerely. The finest and best products that money can buy on HSN from any brand are Andrew Lessman vitamins. These products right here, every one of them, the best you can buy. If you take vitamins of any type right now, maybe you take an eye product, this is better. And that's not just Andrew or me, it's right there. You look at the ingredients, you compare, and Andrew, as you always encourage people to do their own research and investigate, and then they can make a good, educated decision. But isn't that the story of your success? Because you've always brought to life the best.
Well, that's why what I try to do is educate, not speak to our products specifically or in particular that you have to get mine or you're missing out or something like that. Because what I've always said, if we have confidence that our products religiously follow the science,
yes,
and that we make them, and we make all of them. Most vitamins are made by contract manufacturers, not by the companies that sell them. We make all of them. We make everything. So if I know that I'm making a great product, a product without compare out in the marketplace, then I don't have to promote the product. I just have to help you understand the science. That's all. Understand the role of lutein and zeaxanthin, that they are not something that works on your eye where I started. They are part of how your eye works. They are the optical pigments that are part of how the retina, part of the structure of the retina in our eye. When you look at the retina of your eye and you look at the macular region, it's this yellow spot, the macula lutea. Guess what that is in Latin? Macula lutea, yellow spot.
Right.
So these ingredients define the very name of their structure in your eye. So knowing that it doesn't have to be my product, it just needs to be a product that delivers the levels 12 and 6, 12,000 micrograms or 6,000 micrograms, 12 or 6 milligrams of lutein and zeaxanthin, and then you're giving your eyes what it needs. We also provide anthocyanins because they're critical to night vision. And we have hundreds of reviews that talk about night vision and being able to drive again and things like that. So it's an amazing product. The eyes are a structure that their very existence, a renowned eye surgeon who's no longer with us. But I remember asking him, when is that moment when things start happening and we start seeing our eyes change and vision has problems and we need to focus on our vision? He just laughed, and at that time he was in his 90s and developed all these surgical tools when he was a young man. He just laughed and he said, the minute you open your eyes as an infant, that's when it starts. And there you go.
And it's true. I mean, obviously, it's something we have to look at, right? No pun intended. We have to consider our eyes and what we're doing to support them because we're not getting any younger. I'm going to read one more review. More than 700 orders coming through. It's a mega opportunity to get Ultimate Eye today, that's for sure. Final review says, really works. After I turned 50, my eyesight changed, not just for reading, but now I have this vague blurry feeling. Also at night, the shadows are amplified and messes with my confidence. I took these vitamins for 6 months and all of these symptoms went away. I swear. I'm very skeptical and have taken a variety of supplements in the past without ever noticing a change, aside from my urine being yellow. If you struggle in an area that Andrew provides a supplement for, I would suggest trying a 6-month supply to see if it helps. It's really improved my life. Andrew, in our final 30 seconds on this, isn't that what it's about, improving the quality of people's lives, as all of your products aim to do?
These are the sorts of things that we want to retain as we get older. Be comfortable if our eyes were constantly struggling because they were dry. So it's not just the benefit that the product delivers. There's really a deeper benefit to that benefit.
Not the traditional cinnamon as you might be thinking of. This is something extra special. And Andrew, the cinnamon product, we talk about supporting healthy blood sugar. This is something that it really took you a long time in a good way to bring this to air, as you've always talked about validation through science and through research. That's what really matters with all of your things.
It's interesting, I guess, because I think it's something like 40 million Americans suffer from type 2 diabetes, and probably close to 100 million are pre-diabetic, that it really encourages companies to make drug claims for nutritional supplements in terms of the same kind of a claim that someone would make for a drug that's associated with lowering blood sugar, for a drug that's designed to treat these illnesses. That's not the case in the way I represent my products, but as we know, there are a lot of things we could do in terms of our lifestyle. There are a lot of things we could do in terms of our diet that will help us manage our blood sugar better. And one of the tools that's been recognized for decades, for centuries, in terms of helping support our body's management of blood sugar has been cinnamon. And it has to be standardized cinnamon, just not plain ordinary cinnamon spice. Our cinnamon is treated differently in that the active compounds are actually isolated and concentrated to deliver its benefits. And certainly, obviously, when it comes to managing blood sugar, dietary choices that we make, choices that we also make in terms of exercise and lifestyle, will have a profound impact on blood sugar metabolism and our blood sugar levels. So there's a whole world of things we can do. And I think if we follow the guidance of our physicians, if we make the small changes in diet and lifestyle, because dramatic changes are difficult to stick to, and we add important tools like cinnamon, and we add important tools like berberine we'll talk about later, then we start adding some small changes can give rise to big results when you combine them.
That's a big statement, and it's so true. Small changes. Here's two very quick reviews and speak exactly really to that. This first review says, a must-have. I cannot believe how good the cinnamon is I cannot believe how good this cinnamon is. When I go to my doctor, he almost has me in tears over my A1C. He never talks about anything natural to take to lower it. Finally, I found this cinnamon product by Andrew Lessman. It has really worked for me to help lower my A1C. And then one more, again, experience matters, and this is what people have been saying for a long time. Amazing supplement. My doctor said I had borderline unhealthy blood sugar levels some years ago. So having used your products for a decade now, I decided to seek help from your inventory of supplies. Sure enough, and there it was, cinnamon. They worked and no signs of glucose irregularities to date. I take them daily and I feel so confident and relieved with the product. So well done. Thanks, Andrew. Andrew, that's something so remarkable when folks talk about using your products for a decade or more. That is unheard of in this day and age.
And this is a product that I think has only been around, at least in terms of we did all the validation and testing before we introduced it. But I think we probably introduced this product about 15 plus years ago. But again, people talk about A1C. I've been talking about A1C for many decades. And what used to only get attention was fasting blood sugar. What's nice, what now gets attention is A1C, because fasting blood sugar certainly is an indication of the health of our blood sugar management within our body. But our A1C, it's kind of the difference between our fasting blood sugar is like taking a photograph of what our blood sugar is the moment that blood was drawn, that they test. Our A1C is basically like looking at a video of the last couple of months, the last few months, and looking at sort of an average of what our blood sugar has been. So it really gives a sense of how our body is managing our blood sugar. It's A1C is our glycated hemoglobin, so it's basically looking at our red blood cells and looking at the blood sugar content there to calculate an average over a period of time. So I'm sure that's what your doctor is looking at, but it is the most relevant and the most informative way to level is and have our doctor recommend appropriate treatment.
Always a lot of curiosity about berberine when we talk about being respected for thousands of years, when we talk about support for blood sugar balance. This is something we touched on a little bit earlier, Andrew. Here now we have the berberine option.
Well, berberine is an ingredient that's gotten a lot of press recently, and I don't agree with the interpretation of the science, where folks are touting berberine as being, we know these new medications that can help support blood weight loss, all of the, whether it's Ozempic or Zepbound, the medications like that. Supposedly, berberine shares their mechanism of action and therefore can be sold for that purpose. Absolutely not. So it's not, I mean, and here I am, one of the first companies to even make a berberine product, and I find those kinds of claims and statements as obviously and blatantly irresponsible.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that berberine doesn't possess remarkable beneficial properties. And the top of the list of berberine's beneficial properties is its ability, as I talked about earlier, that we do all sorts of things right now because so many of us struggle with our blood sugar metabolism. It's just another natural tool to help us support healthy blood sugar management, healthy blood sugar metabolism, and healthy insulin metabolism. And also, so many of us struggle with our cholesterol and our blood lipid levels. Berberine is a wonderful natural tool among all the other things we do to help support healthy blood lipid levels. Berberine helps us do that as well. So folks don't have to make up stories that it's Mother Nature's latest and greatest weight loss drug. It is not. And anyone telling you that, I haven't seen any credible science that there's like a tiny shred of science and folks start making up stories about it. So unfortunately, all the science I reviewed in that regard, it's not a credible claim. It's not a credible statement. And but it doesn't mean that berberine isn't one of the most exciting and beneficial botanicals. Some experts would place it on the top of the list, even above things like turmeric, that it's that healthy an ingredient.
I know we only have about 4 minutes left. I want to finish with one quick review on this one because I think this sums it up perfectly. It says amazing. This product is simply amazing. All my levels are coming down and I feel so much better. Thank you for bringing such a great product to HSN.
Hi there, Andrew Lessman here with an exciting monthly special for the beginning of the year. I think among our goals, oftentimes this time of year, certainly we have lifestyle changes in mind, but one of the things we often have in mind is changes in our appearance, hopefully for the better. And that's why healthy hair, skin, and nails would be a perfect supplement to add at the beginning of the year. Our today's special for the last almost 30 years has always been the second half of the year. So our today's special for healthy hair, skin, and nails will not be coming till the second half of the year. But this will be the best pricing until then. And again, when you're looking at the large size here, it's a little bit more than a dime a capsule, I think about 12 cents a capsule. But this is an opportunity to save on the largest size of our healthy hair, skin, and nails. You can take 1 or 2 capsules per day. What I recommend when you're starting, you start with 2 capsules a day, and then you could typically go back to 1 capsule a day. Our levels of biotin are highly effective. It's not just simply the number associated with the amount of biotin delivered, but making sure that the biotin is delivered in a form and a fashion that's going to be highly bioavailable. A lot of beauty products now, beauty vitamins out there now are in the form of gummies. Gummies are just an insult. Gummies are not healthy. Gummies contain a long list of unhealthy ingredients, starting most of them with sugar. That they flavor them with sugar. All it does is add additional calories, whether it's 15, 20, 30 calories per gummy. If you have a few different products that are gummies, or for your beauty gummy, you have to take 2 or 3 a day, you could be adding 5 or 10% to your caloric intake every day just with your beauty gummies. Plus, with beauty gummies, it's unpredictable whether the vitamins and nutrients, the biotin present in that beauty gummy, are truly going to be bioavailable to you. Those gummies have not been subjected to bioavailability studies to make sure that the nutrients in them are available. Whereas the nutrients that are present in a capsule like mine, these are the nutrients that have been historically tested, historically developed to be available. Moreover, when we make a capsule, all we do is there are no additives in there. We want to make sure that the minute that capsule disappears in moments after you swallow it, that ultra-fine powder containing those nutrients without additives, without anything diluting it, without binders or fillers or carrying agents, those nutrients are available to deliver the benefits you seek. You wouldn't be taking a beauty vitamin, a hair, skin, and nail vitamin, unless you sought their benefits. The reason why this product is almost perfectly reviewed is because it's perfectly made. There's nothing in it except the ingredients that deliver the benefits you seek. There are vitamins that I've seen on the market that contain all sorts of magical, non-disclosed groups of ingredients. They don't tell you the levels that are in them, and they're heavily promoted, heavily marketed. They don't deliver the levels of biotin you need, and then they put all these other supposedly magical ingredients, but they don't give you the courtesy or even the respect of a disclosure of exactly what they're delivering you. But they do have incredibly large marketing budgets, which are really impressive, and their packaging is really pretty. But despite their marketing budgets, despite their packaging, what they should do is spend a little bit of time contemplating what's in their product and informing you of what's in their product. You deserve to know. That's why when you look at my product, each ingredient, each active ingredient is disclosed at the level it's in, at the standardization that's used. So you know exactly what you're putting in your body. You deserve to know that. And of course, no additives of any kind. So if you want a beauty vitamin, hair, skin, and nail vitamin, that's been there since the beginning, long before anyone else. Recently, you see all the articles about beauty from the inside, inner beauty. We've been doing this for over 30 years. Our formula has evolved as the science, as the nutrients that are available to support inner beauty have evolved. So we've been there since the beginning, and we continue to evolve the product. And it's an even better product today than it was ages ago. And it's an even better price than ever before, except when we do a Today Special. So a little more than $0.10 a capsule. You get our special biotin at very high levels, also MSM, methylsulfonylmethane, for its role in producing all of these tissues. And mind you, you don't need a separate vitamin for your hair and your skin and your nails. They are all part of the integumentary system. They all share the same fundamental key nutrient requirements. So one product delivers on all of them. You don't have to invest in 3 different products. And with my product, it's incredibly affordable. At 2 capsules a day, it still ends up being a little bit more than 20 cents a day. But as I said, you could start with 2 capsules and then see if 1 capsule is all you need. And most people get away simply taking 1 capsule per day, or even 1 capsule every other day. It's incredibly affordable. It's incredibly comprehensive. And again, we've been doing this since long before other companies had the idea of creating a formula to support beauty from the inside out. So I hope you give it a try. This is the time of year when we're trying to do a lot of different things to perhaps start this year with a better outlook. And this is an opportunity to do so, because so many of us, I guess vanity is often viewed as something that is superficial. But how we feel we look to others does play a key role in how we feel. And this is a product that can make it. It is the only place we can make a difference, the only way we can make a difference in the quality of the tissues on the outside of our body. It's from the inside out. Our body is a factory manufacturing skin, hair, and nails 24/7 as long as we're alive. So the only way you make a difference in the output of that factory is delivering something that makes a difference to that factory, and that means delivering it to the inside of our body. And that's what we've been doing for decades, and I know if you try it, you will enjoy it.
Andrew and the team wanted to do a special on, of course, where it all started for me and for so many of us, the multivitamin. The most advanced, most comprehensive, best in the world. And when you compare this to Centrum or One A Day or Nature's Made, all of them, there is only one winner. It's the essential one. For today, a huge opportunity to save a lot of money. 30, 60, 180 or 360, that's where the pricing typically is. Very competitive for the best multivitamin in the world. If you're ordering it today, as you can see, big savings. Savings normally typically only reserved perhaps when you see a Today Special or a monthly special. We're excited to offer it. Andrew, for so many of us, this is where our journey began. And for so many of us, having that one multivitamin a day is that one thing that we know we can do easily to give ourselves that kickstart, that boost. But what's fascinating to me, as you've always shown us, when you compare yours to the others, the difference is vast.
No, there's absolutely, and again, I sound like a whatever, a proud papa kind of thing. I'm not trying to brag about my product. I'm trying to be very straightforward. If you simply looked at the fact that our multivitamin contains absolutely no additives at all, no colors, no fillers, no binders. I mean, if someone delivered food to you at a restaurant, your favorite food with colors, fillers, binders, send it back.
Right.
Why should a multivitamin, which is supposed to be the most purely healthy decision we make, be just full of garbage? And that's what all the typical ones are. And forgive me for saying it that way, but that's the truth. That their list of additives on most of the leading brands is longer than the list of the ingredients, the vitamins and minerals you're getting. Also, if you look at the vitamins and minerals you're getting, they use synthetic beta-carotene. We use natural beta-carotene. They use folic acid, a form of folic acid that a substantial part of the population can't use or benefit from, which is terrible. We use 5-methyl tetrahydrofolate. We've been doing that for decades. We use a natural form of B12. Almost all of them use synthetic B12. We use a non-acidic form of vitamin C because you don't need to get a bellyache when you take your multivitamin. I could go on and on and on. And you probably think, okay, that because he has all these special ingredients in there, he also puts lutein, zeaxanthin, and lycopene in. His product has got to be much lower potency than the ones in stores. No. We not only give you much better quality, much better purity, we also give you better quantity. So you're getting higher levels, better quality, better purity. There just is absolutely no comparison. Plus, it's an ultrafine powder in a small capsule that will never upset your stomach. And if you're taking a gummy, that's just an assault on my sensibilities. That's just candy. And it's not even good candy. It's bad candy. And the other day in a show, I kind of joked about this, but now I'm going to get busy doing this. Dark chocolate is the richest source of protective compounds probably in the human diet.
Right.
Why hasn't anyone figured out how to not make a gummy, but take a little piece of dark chocolate that's like the calories of a gummy, 25, 30 calories, and make that a yummy source of nutrition? We use it as for plant sterols to lower cholesterol. So again, gummies are candy. Gummies, I mean, technically, I think they should not even be on the market. There used to be something called the jelly bean rule, that you couldn't just take a jelly bean, put a little nutrition in it, and suddenly magically call it something healthy.
Right.
Most gummies are nothing more than jelly beans. And they're just these gelatin-based, sugar-based treats that contain some usually bad forms of nutrition. And they don't have any of the validation to make sure that all those nutrients are bioavailable, that you actually get to use them. So it's just my industry, the industry I find myself in, often makes decisions that have nothing to do with health, but has everything to do with selling, because the largest growing segment of the vitamin industry right now are gummies, which is just an assault on one's health, an assault on everything that really is about wellness in this industry. So my product, it will never upset your stomach. It's a small, soft, easy to swallow capsule. It's 100% pure, just the vitamins, the minerals, the carotenoids you want, at higher levels than all of the leading brands, with better forms than all of the leading brands. Again, we use vitamin B6 phosphate, pyridoxal 5' phosphate, because that's a form that's a safer form than typical B6. None of the other brands do that. So again, there's nothing like it. If you want to try the world's best multivitamin, plus, because I've always said for decades that CoQ10 is a little bit like a B vitamin, and perhaps the most important B vitamin. We have across the board 10 milligrams of B1, B2, B3. There's 10 milligrams of CoQ10 in our essential one as well. So there's nothing like it on the market anywhere.
When you know, you know. And when you read up and you discover the facts, it's hard to ever ignore it. You know, I have out here the usual suspects. Andrew talked about the artificial colors, the fillers, the binders, orange ones and red ones and yellow ones and green ones, every color under the sun. Many of these I'm sure you recognize. Many of these, some of these I'm sure maybe you take right now. Already, this is better, Andrews is better, because Andrews is not a rock-hard tablet that is harder on your stomach. But then you get to the potency level and the comprehensive list of ingredients, and it's remarkable how much better this is, how different this is. And when you do stack this up against the usual guys, there is only one winner, and it's Andrew's Essential One. For so many of us that want to make the most of every day, that want to live as long and healthy lifestyle and life as possible, we know a multivitamin is a great way to go, a great solution. So all I've ever asked is, if we're going to take a multivitamin, let's take the best, and that's what this is. We have around 2 minutes left of this presentation. Special pricing, weekend pricing for the anniversary. So you're saving a lot of money and getting so much in return. And Andrew, your goal has always been about the facts. It's always been about sharing of the information. It's not about the flashy marketing and the big celebrity and the big glossy this and that, which is what so many of these other brands tend to focus their time on.
No, it's all about just basically doing the right thing.